Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Rising Star 2 with the band Inches from Glory, and I'm back. This is my first video in this series since having to take a break due to my eyesight. So I've got a strange setup. I put a video out there to kind of show how I'm getting things done these days, but I do want to apologize. The sound quality might not be awesome. There is literally nowhere I can put a microphone that is close enough that I can talk into it clearly and far enough away that I'm not bumping it with my arms. So you may hear some shuffling or stuff like that happening, and I apologize ahead of time for that. Hopefully it's a temporary thing, just a couple of more weeks before I can get out of this contraption. But beyond that, I'm ready to play, and I am excited to be back in doing these. I was reviewing where we were with this band. It's been a couple of weeks since I've actually even looked at it. And as I recall, we have a contract for an album coming up, looks like, in about 2 months, July, August. Yep, about a little under 2 months. We currently have 7 songs recorded is what I was seeing. I didn't actually look to see if we had any archived. Nope. Okay, so 7 songs have been recorded. We are going to need to add a few of those. And looking at the titles of songs, I'm recognizing that a lot of these are placeholders that I really didn't plan on keeping long. And so we're probably going to want to clean some of these up that aren't really performing. And we'll have to just make some decisions there. So currently in recorded songs, we have 2 yellow, 2 blue, 3 red. And that's not a bad balance. I could probably do 1 or 2 of each. Well, frankly, I could probably do all red. The rest of the songs we do could be red, but I might add a yellow or a blue. We'll see how things are playing out. I didn't think to look at attitudes, conformity, trust, digital, and homegrown. Okay, I feel like we're probably okay there. And let's come out here and see about merging some song parts. Plenty of song parts to merge, it looks like. Well, at least plenty of points to merge them. So, all right, well, I see some 3s right here. Good heavens, this was difficult before. It's going to be next to impossible now. I'll have to see what I can do here. Try to make it so that this isn't painstaking to watch, but I might be doing some creative editing or just cutting altogether out these parts of trying to merge these because I am already seeing I can barely tell what's wiggling and what's not. So, so far, I guess I'm catching some breaks, but it's, yeah, that's not going to be easy at all. And 32 points left. Let's go ahead and merge a couple of Xavier's riffs. Let's see if we can find a good 6 somewhere that needs some merging. Or a couple of 3s. Here's a 3. Here's some 6s. We'll do those. Xavier. For the win. Okay, and I think we only have 1 song that needs practicing right now. Yeah, it's just the Cool Kids Table, which was recently written. So let's go ahead and write another song. We'll have a couple. We've got a couple of weeks before we have anything on the docket for ourselves. So I feel like that now is a good time to go ahead and maybe try to do that. Now, I have a list of songs that I've used, and I'm going to try to maintain that as best I can. More on that later, I guess, but here we go. We'll start here, and let's see where we are with lyrics. Homegrown, I forgot where we stand with. Homegrown is popular in Missouri. Doesn't look like it's otherwise unpopular, so that's good. Why don't we go ahead and give that one a shot? Actually, let's see if Kiwi has any good lyrics in here. Not seeing any. Some 3s, some 6s. It's not to say she can't pull it out there. Let's see. Does she have 35s down here? Well, she does. There's a 35. That could work. Does she have a 35 rhythm? She does not. She's got some 20s. Okay, well, I think maybe we'll back off on this one. We'll build around a homegrown song, which is my flavor of hometown, really. I just wanted to change the names a little and made them all my own. So it would be a little easier to kind of keep track of which attitudes I had added and which attitudes were stock. So, all right, best we can do here with that combination is a 15. We should be able to find a 25 melody though. There's a 35. Well, we don't want to waste that. There's no 25s. We want to just stick with an 85 song overall. Were there any other 10s? There were. That might do it for us though. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go with the 85. And so this is a hometown song. We're going to keep it red, or high energy, I guess is the actual name for that. And if I can find my list of song names for the ones that we are writing ourselves as opposed to hitting that popular little button, let's call this one Wide Awake. This is where it's going to get awkward with my arm hitting things, folks, when I go to type. So sorry if that's noisy. It might have been. I really can't tell. And there we have it. Move things back to where they're supposed to be, and we are good to go there. Song written. Okay, Angel is not feeling well. All right, well, that usually sends us to the hospital when that happens. So let's see what we can do here. Full map, we'll find the hospital. I can't even find the van. There we are. Oh, it's straight down. You know, we're just going to drive it. We're still not made out of money yet. We will be one day, but not yet. So we'll take a quick tour of the town. I'll try to remember exactly what's going on here, what's where. And we got to consider 3 more songs to work on. There we go. Hospital coming up. $450. How sick is she? 15%. Okay, well, there you have it. $30 per point. Yeah, there we have it. Okay, well, she's healed up. We're going to go ahead and go home. And then we're going to go back outside. We're going to run across the street and mow a lawn. There we go. That's mostly so if we run into any triple point days, we can earn a little bit of experience. Okay. Back in the house, let's go merge some more song parts. I probably could stand to, let's see where we stood with popularity in the city, reputation in the city. Yeah, we're still really, really super low. So we have plenty of work to do there, at least I think. Let's check out the city guides. Oh yeah, we got plenty of reputation we can make up here still. So let's plan on, okay, the major sites, Blueberry Hill, Family Arena, Stiefel, Chaffetz, they will not give us reputation. We have to go play the smaller areas for that to happen. So we could stand to go listen to some stuff on Friday. I think we'll do that. In the meantime, step up here, develop some ideas. Let's go down to the melodies and see what we can find there. There we go. We'll double bump that one. 68 points still. Let's get some of Kiwi's parts merged. She doesn't really have a lot, does she? Didn't need merging. Xavier's got some work to do there. Here's another 10. Topher, 26 points left. Could try to do another 10 if we can find it, or some 3s. Or we could do a whole lot of lyrics. And maybe that's not the worst idea. We've got all these floating around down here. That's a lot of ones. Digital is good right now, so let's flip that one. We can do 5 more of these. So I don't really mind doing that. I realize there's not really I've got a good computer system in that. There's not a concern about performance or anything really, but it makes it so hard to look through the whole list. You have tons and tons of these guys just hanging out there. So we're going to do that. And let's go ahead and write another song. What is our best lyric now? We have a 25. Conformity. Conformity is popular. Let's go with that. Got 2 to pick from. Let's try this one first and see if we have a decent rhythm to go with it. We have some 20s. That's the best we have anyway, so we'll go with it. No musicianship yet. Let's go with that. Good 20 there. And then what do we have for melody that might fit in here? Would have been great if one of those 35s would have, pardon me, snapped in. I guess actually we could maybe give that a try. Let's see if that makes anything different. Well, it looks like we'll get to 90 this time. Liking that. And then conformity. Let's see. Let's call it, I think we already have that name. Freedom Learns. I like that name. And there we have it. We'll make that another high energy song. And there it is. Added to our song list. We're in good shape there. Let's go ahead. We will practice those 3 songs. Actually, we're going to have to touch up some stuff too, so we'll be sure to do that. But we're going to go back. More merging, folks. Song part merging simulator. That's what it feels like sometimes. And then you'll get to a point you're like, I can't believe I don't have anything to merge. It just like seems to happen out of nowhere when it does happen. Trust is positive. That's always good, right? Oh, we can double bump that one. There we go, up to 25. Loving it. Outcasts and conformity. We'll go with conformity. Down to 6 or 12 points, so 6s we can match. We'll go with those, and that's it for today. We'll go practice, and we'll hit everything today. We'll touch. Yeah, I don't want them to drift too far down because then all of a sudden you don't have the points to make them all up at once. So a couple of points we can do. You start to get to 4 or 5, and it's all of them. You're not getting anywhere. We can only get 3 per song right now, as you can see. So we will come back around, practice these. Whoa, that's not where I meant to go. But I do have some interesting artwork there. We'll come back to that. More merging. And let's focus on rhythms this time. I'm going to go with the 12. Some 3s. There we go. Yeah, we can do that. And wrong one. There it is. We'll take the bigger number there. I like to tend to aim for the middle numbers unless I really know that I'm about to push for a song for somebody. Kiwi is one of those that I'm going to need some difficulty since she's our primary songwriter. Oh, too many points though. Sorry about that. Let's find a 10 or some 6s. Not really seeing any. There we go. And now we just have 1s left. Well, we know there were tons of song parts, right? Here's one of them. There's another one of them. All done. Let's practice. Here we go. That's going to make it... Oh, it's just Thursday. I was thinking it was Friday. Okay. I'm almost... You know what? Let's go out and see if we can play anywhere this weekend. Like on Saturday. We had 2 more days. We could get those songs up. pretty high, I think. Not high enough. This one we can get up there. Yeah. 30, 60, 89, 86. Yeah, that wouldn't quite make it if we just practiced 2 of them, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do what we're doing. We'll plan on trying to play next week. More song construction. Let's go do lyrics this time. Trying to rotate that a little more than I had been, just so that it doesn't get out of control like it sometimes feels like it does. And we'll just, we'll double bump that one. 38 points left, so we could do some 15s. Why not? And then some 3s if we see them all over the place. And finally some 1s. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, more practice. And then it is Friday. We can go see a show. Let's do that. Ruh-roh. My headrest moved. That's never good. Okay, so I think in the interest of speed, we're going to probably just hit these up and do a chauffeur to them. If I can find more of the tickets. Where are they? There we go. The factory. Let's go to Charlie's Shed. That feels like a good one to hit. Okay. We have a reputation of 5 here, so yeah, plenty of work to do here. Opening slot. That'd be 9 songs. Pays pretty well. That's next weekend. Let's take it. Pays pretty well. I mean, it pays $200. It's not awesome, but...
Have you seen the band that's playing tonight? They're great.
Well, we're going to see them now. There we go. Shadow Legion. I think that's one we named. All right. Couple of new song ideas. That's part of the reason we do this, right? And to gain some reputation with the town. Heading home and more of the same. So, there we go. Lost my mouse there for a second. Merging a few more song parts. We'll do riffs today. I think that's where we started the week. Not a whole lot of multi-matches, are there? None so far, really, I don't think. There we go, finally. Just in time, we were out of points. Okay, there we have it, back to practice. Done deal. Who's playing tonight and where? All right, well, looks like Charlie's Shed is our lowest reputation, but let's go to the factory. We're gonna go to the factory, and there it is. I'm starting to find my keys by touch. I like that. Well, thank you. Let's see if they have an opening. They do not have an opening next week, so that's all right. I'm pretty sure we didn't have anything further out either. Yeah, we just have the 2 gigs scheduled, so we could talk to them about like this slot. 6 songs, $800. Not hating that idea. 6 songs, no pay. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that Friday night gig there. Okay, that helps our reputation too. Digital songs. Look like they might stay around for a while. Digital. All right. Well, we know. List for Thunder. Does not sound like one of mine. New song ideas all around. That's great. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. The dynamic of adding the fifth band member really kind of changes how it flows more so than I would have thought. And I guess it's not really good or bad. I mean, there's so many song parts to merge. That's a thing. Shouldn't have a problem with finding ideas though, right? You got that going for you. The additional, bonus for another skill set isn't, I'm not going to frown on that either. But it does feel like it plays a little differently when you do that. So, probably want to try 3-member band, see what that's like. Or I guess you could do a 2, but all right. Well, had a little delay action there. That was interesting. Okay, we're almost done here. We'll just finish up some ones. Take that, come down here. Angel having song parts of 1 that's going to soon be very unusual. Okay, so we have seen a show, we merged, so it is practice time. There we go. When this one will top out, obviously. The other two are going to be really close. Should be in the 90s. And there we have it. Okay, your manager, he wants his percentage raised 3%. Yeah, I think we can do that for him. He's been pretty good for us. And June 18th. So now this week we're going to want to play some of those songs. I'm going to try to fill that slot. Let's see if we can do that really, really quick. And yeah, where are all these places we like to play? We should be popular enough that when we come by, they should be like, oh yeah, if you want to play. Of course, not Blueberry Hill. That's not when you schedule that way. Blue Strawberry. Let's see if they have something on Saturday. I think what we do is we give a couple of more tests of some of the songs, see if we have anything that's really gonna click with audiences, and then we do the recording and finish. Wow, they're booked Friday. How about next week? They are open next week. We'll take that one. No pay, but yeah, we need to get a few songs played out there. So what we'll do is the next 2 weeks, we'll basically test out a few more songs. We will finish recording the songs that we decide we want to go with. And yeah, I think that'll probably lead us into completing our album. All right, I need to open the full map and find. There's the factory. There's the Phoenix. It was the other way. Okay, we could have hit that one. I kind of forgot which ones are which tier, and that's on me. Yeah, that's strictly on me. So let's turn around. Here we go. And we're going to see if the Phoenix is going to let us play this weekend. Yeah, this Saturday. Be really nice if they do.
Staying out of trouble?
Trying to.
When's your...
My next gig is Friday, and they do have an opening. It's going to pay a little bit of money. That's good. We'll take it. All right, so we have our next 2 weekends booked. We have a big gig on Monday of next week in Kansas City. That's going to be kind of awesome. And we could have our manager kicking around and trying to fill in some of these gaps too, and that probably isn't the worst idea. The month of July is wide open. I think we're just going to go ahead and do that. Let's ask him to book local gigs. around St. Louis, 300 miles. Yeah, let's make these bigger though. Let's go with 500. So we'll be in the mid tiers. Let him book a few of those for us, and yeah, we'll have some fun with it. Okay, well, I think that is going to do it for me for today in this episode. I do want to thank you for joining me. I know this is probably a little bit squirrely, still running a little slow and having a little trouble keeping up with where my fingers are on keyboards and things like that because I just can't see them. But we'll get there, and I'm going to put out a few of these in a couple of weeks. Should be back to normal and back up to speed with everything clicking the way we want it to. I do want to thank you for your time, and until next time, fair travels.